As you wake up once more alone in a wagon and are presented with your choice of path, the confessions you must sign, you find yourself wishing for this to just get a move on. You've beaten denial, you've slain resentment, and now as you sign and prepare to face obsession, you know that after that, surely more must await. But the option is not presented. At least the Vestal is new. And you're sure more change will come. But for now, obsession. Let's see how the Vestal performs against that sin. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Loki Orin, and we are back at it. Darkest Dungeon 2. Time for a new formation. We've beaten denial with the Vestal. We've beaten resentment with the Vestal. So now it's time to beat obsession with the Vestal. A sister of battle, repudiated but unbowed. That's a pretty good name. Too bad she's not part of the Sisters of Battle formation. She is part of Valkyries, which we will run at some point. But before we do that, we do have a requested run. As requested by Uncapped Frame, we are going to be taking out familiar set of faces here, Deja Vu. I'm assuming Deja Vu because these are all characters from Darkest Dungeon 1, which probably at least is part of it. Deja Vu meaning already seen. But yeah, let's dive into our formation. So first of all, we've got Junia, our fully unlocked Vestal now. Continues to remain unnamed after the initial battlegramma. So comment section below in this run or future runs, if you'd like to get a character named either after yourself or after something else, leave a comment below with what character, what name, and I always appreciate a story as to why. Now anyway, let's check out Sprawl Explorer, Cadaver Fearing. Okay, that's sort of neither here nor there. Now we've done Wanderer and we've done Confessor. And I don't know that I really got enough out of Confessor. However, I'm going to skip ahead and do Seraph, because I've heard very good things about Seraph. And I do want to kind of check out the, what is at least allegedly the most powerful version of the Vestal here. Because with Seraph, the main event is that your consecrations last 5 rounds. And every time they tick, you get a conviction. So in theory, you can be ticking multiple times around, particularly if you have a very dance-centric formation, which Deja Vu very much is. So let's meet the rest of our companions here. The Jester is devout, but a hemophiliac. That's fine. And, Now, the tempting thing to do would be to just take... like either Soloist or Virtuoso. Soloist because it's just tons of extra damage, and Virtuoso because it's quite literally just better Jester. Pause for a moment, though, and think about, do we want to be playing Intermezzo here and really dancing the formation around? We'll come back to this. Reed, our highwayman, is continuing. He's a tactical thinker, devout, sanguine. He does have Tuckered Out, which we'll want to get rid of. And he continues to be a sharp shot. That's locked in. Can't change it. But we do want to take a look at potentially actually using Duelist's Advance here to swap him around. There's a world where we could be using Point Blank Shot, but I wonder if we actually will. We'll leave him like this for now, but definitely want to think about that. Then finally, Barristan, our redoubtable man-at-arms. He's a cadaver hater, but he's got bad digestion. I mean, there's not really much to say here. We're just going to set him up kind of normal. The one difference being strategic withdrawal, so that we do have a dance option. And that actually does open the door to maybe going like this. Yeah, maybe. We can try to do some dancing here. If that's the case, I don't really want to be causing bleeds on my own guys. Oh wait, Barristan, Path. I mean, to be honest, I think it's got to be Vanguard again. It's just Vanguard is just too good, just so good, particularly against Obsession, where we're going to be needing him to tank at the end. And I think so. I'm tempted by Intermezzo. I do see like some value here in moving people around. But I also feel like we can be doing a bunch of damage. So I kind of wonder if we take out Virtuoso and just really do Razor's Wit and Fade to Black. We keep Slice off just for fun, but Battle Ballad, Inspiring Tune. Like, this is a pretty solid combo, and we can be dancing and just putting like Consecration of Light or Fortitude onto the second rank. Jester moving forward, Jester moving back, Highwayman moving forward and back. Yeah, I think we have a strategy here. I think I like it. All right, let's take out Deja Vu as requested by Uncapped Frame here. And yeah, very excited to be taking this formation out. I've been talking to Rowan, and he let me know that Seraph appears to be just the play. It's just good. So hope everyone's doing well out there. We will talk about this formation in more of a macro sense once we get past the altar, because that tends to eat up some cycles here. Let's see. So we've got the option of locking in memories. We've got all of our characters fully unlocked now. So it's really just Renown, which doesn't do anything, and the Working Fields. And I think let's get it started with the Working Fields here. I need to unlock the rest of the trinkets. Buttressing Band, we don't mind that. Ah, there it is. Clarifying Carsonet, yes please. That is one of those items that's all about capitalism. Jealous Whisper. We are planning to move a lot. This is kind of interesting. I don't know that we're going to use it, mostly because I don't think it's worth 2. Galvanizing Goblets, quite good. Spiked Skullcap. Armor Serrated. Oh man, we've been looking for an item like this. A serrated armor. Oh man. The only downside is the gain on crit add disease 5%. So that's not great. But, that'll be really good if we can find our way to a Bone Saw. Oh, Sparkle Ball. Sparkle Ball, my beloved. Oh, I love Sparkle Ball. Greater Hail Drought, okay. So that's enough trinkets, so let's get some combat items going here. Shimmering Powder, that's kind of meh. I don't really care. Greek Fire Grenade, not awful. Triage Kit, that's a big pickup. Been looking for the other healing item. Makeshift Javelin. Oh, this is the Swine Skiver's weapon. Well, that's fun. See, one more combat item. Ethereal Dust, who cares? Get some Stagecoach items. Pot and Still, not very exciting. Tinker's Bench, also not very exciting. Sort of diluting the pool with stuff that not very keen on. But I guess Invigorating Stew Pot's not too bad. My Time in the Desert, a reference to the Shield Breaker. Knotted Tide Rope is pretty good. Song of Amorous Ballads. Oops. Let's see. So we're starting to get to the point where we got everything's costing 4, so we're getting to the end here. Leeches. That's a good unlock. And we'll do one more combat item and one more Stagecoach item. Pyrotechnic Dazzler. Ooh, that's an improvement. That's pretty good. There we go. Kyurgen's Table. Oh, that's a nice pickup. Alrighty. Very nice. We got some great pickups there. Also, our wagon is probably full or close to it. Alright, so first of all, I don't see a world... Well, Lockjaw would be really good if we were running. Like, I guess it technically is decent on Saramenti because we could be running a bleed comp with him, but we're not really. That's not really what we're doing. Nobody else is really doing that. This is really good on the Plague Doctor. Otherwise, I think it can go. Buttressing Band. Put that on Reed for right now. We don't have anyone who's dealing Blight in any way, so I think Galvanizing Goblet goes. Clarifying, or Sparkle Ball, my beloved, will go on Reed as well. We will just make him tanky as can be, and keep an eye out for Bonesaw. Apply to attacker when hit. This is really gnarly. And there's literally no reason not to, so we may as well just put that on somebody. Can't equip that. Combat items. We'll put the javelins back on Junia. We'll keep the ethereal dust around. I can't imagine we're going to keep that for very long. In the end, I just like I know that it's valuable on. I know it's valuable on Junia, the ethereal dust, because she can reset and dump her consecrations again. So it's kind of like one big rush. But I don't know how much I value that as like that's kind of a gimmick. It's kind of fun, but I don't know how much it's like an entire strategy. Anyway, let's talk about this formation in the macro sense. We'll grab food. So first of all, looking at this formation, we've got our big three categories. We've got healing, stress, and damage. So let's start with healing. The Vestal in the back line provides ample healing support. She also provides a bit of mitigation, which it very nicely matches up with our Man-at-Arms, who is also providing mitigation and extra tanking and can heal himself. Unfortunately, those are the only two that bring any sort of healing to this table. So you have enough healing. I would say it's probably above average. The Vestal really is a very capable healer. I rate her above the Occultist. I'm not really sure she beats the Plague Doctor, but that's only because the Plague Doctor just has an extra layer of versatility. So technically our Clarifying Carcinet is on right now. Or part of it is. The damage part of it is. We'll get it back on. What do we got? I don't think Tinker's Bet and Pot and Still are going to say Kyrogen's Table and Invigorating Stew Pot and then Mortar and Pestle. Call that good. And then I think the rest of this can stay. I don't think we need it right now. Yeah? Alright, Hoarder. Thanks. So yeah, above average healing, the Vestal really is a very capable healer. And Seraph also empowers Mantra, which eats consecrations for added healing. So quite strong. Stress healing, this is definitely a high-performing formation from a stress healing perspective. You have the Jester, who's the best spike stress healer. He's the only character that I can think of right now that has a targeted -3 stress. You have the Vestal, who can technically stress heal if you upgrade Sanctuary. You have Bolster from the Man-at-Arms, which is always a good time. And you have the crits from the Highwayman, the combined total of which will quite handily handle any of your stress-related issues. We'll go ahead and Consecration of Light just for the funsies. So stress healing, way above average, bordering on excellent. I actually think it probably is excellent, but I want to withhold judgment until we played a bit more and gotten a feel for it in-game. But it's definitely very strong. So finally, damage output. And there is a degree of bias being introduced here because we're running with a set of very strong hero paths. And, that definitely scales it. But I think even baseline, just Wanderers across the board, this is a very strong formation from a damage output. You have the Man-at-Arms, who's going to be, once Retribution is unlocked, swinging 2 or even 3 times a turn. That's a pretty reliable damage total. The Highwayman is always a powerful damage dealer. The Jester is a character I probably don't rate as high as I should. He is a very sneakily good damage dealer, and a lot of his moves bring added benefits on top of damage, whether it's a bleed or a blind or adding dodge tokens to himself. Then finally, the Vestal. I've been told, I obviously haven't experimented with this yet, that the Seraph Vestal is the one that is doing the really big hits. The the gigantic 40-point judgments are coming from a Seraph Vestal who is stacking up to 3 conviction almost instantly, and then dumping them into judgments. So very high damage output. So overall, the formation, we're talking about excellent stress healing, very good healing, and great damage output, even before we think about hero paths and trinkets. So yeah, I have high hopes for Deja Vu as we slot in our equipment and figure out where we're heading. Well, I mean, so both of these are tempting, but the sluice has been a nice little power ramp pretty consistently. So I think we're going to head to the sluice. A pity we can't buy a Say gear. 2 restorative herbs. It's kind of early to be buying these. Man, medical equipment too. Wow, I would have all the healing items, but I do think we buy them. I think we buy the restorative herbs and the healing salves. This is turning off our clarifying carcinet for quite some time, but I think it's going to end up being worth it because we don't really need it right now to be successful. Oof. Okay, well, that did not go according to plan. We were hoping for a positive relationship there. I guess not. All right. None of this feels worthwhile, so I think we're good. Yeah. All right, mastery points and then go. So going into the... Part of the reason I want to go into the sluice is I think it gives us the opportunity to do some kind of sneaky fun upgrades here where we get to kind of showcase the power of our formation early on. I'm just going to upgrade both consecrations. We're just going to lean into Seraph as much as possible here. And we're unfortunately going to get a negative relationship between Breed and Barristan. Not much to be done about that. Just, lost a 75% swing. But yeah, that'll do it for now. So thank you again to Uncapped Frame for recommending this formation. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Let the YouTube algorithm know I make content that you and people like you like to watch. Tune in next time as Deja Vu heads back into the sluice. And until then, see ya.